Whenever I'm wanting to make a cake, this is the recipe that I turn to. It's a fantastic base for many different cakes, just like this one. This is a combination of almonds and 2 fruits. And in the 2 fruits, there's pears and peaches. They're fantastic for this because they're already chopped up. All we need to do is mix everything together. So in a bowl, we'll start with 2 eggs. We'll crack them into the bowl. And the best thing about this cake too is you don't need any mixer. You can just do this in the bowl with a whisk. So I'll add some sugar too, so caster sugar. And we want about a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. And then I want to give this a really good whisk until it's completely combined. Now, I like to call this a slab cake because instead of making it round, I'm going to be cooking it in a rectangular dish, so it's going to be quite fine. And this is really nice if you're having a bit of a tea party and you want smaller portions. So now that this is combined nicely, we can add some butter. I've just melted some butter and I've cooled it down slightly. You don't want to be adding it when it's too hot. So ideally, when you're making cakes, you want everything the same temperature, and that includes the milk and the eggs. So once that has gone in and it's incorporated nicely, we can add some milk. And again, just whisking it in. It's just the easiest recipe to remember. Now for the dry ingredients. I like the combination of almond meal and self-raising flour, which is going to give it a light lift. But I like to mix it together first. So almond meal in with the self-raising flour. And just with a spoon, we're just going to combine that. And I'll take my whisk out and we're just going to slowly incorporate our dry ingredients. So at the beginning, you can add a little, incorporate it, and then add a little more. And then slowly incorporate it, just folding from the inside. And the reason I do this is because I don't want any lumps. And then scrape the sides. Tell that this is a good batter. See how it's shiny, it's thick, it's just right. All right, now for our tin. I've just lined it with some baking paper. It's going to make it much easier to take out later on. And we'll just spread that in the cake tin. That is the perfect amount. And just use your spatula to spread it out. Just in a sieve, we'll just pour that in, and you'll need about 700 grams. And the reason I don't fold this fruit through the mixture is because I like it just to poke out of the batter, just so we can really see it as it's cooked. I'll just use a spoon to scatter this in and around the batter, and as it cooks, some of it will drop to the base, so we'll have lots and lots of fruit in this. And I kind of like the colours of the peaches and the pears. It's that classic flavour combo that works quite nicely, particularly with the almonds. Okay. And for a crunchy topping, some slivered almonds. We'll sprinkle over the top, about a handful. Don't toast them because we're going to pop them in the oven, so they're going to get some nice colour when it cooks then. And for some extra crunch, some demerara sugar. Just sprinkle that over the top. And this is the best possible sugar to add to this because it not only holds its shape as it cooks, so it doesn't melt away, it's got that really nice crunch. Okay. Told you it was simple. This now goes into the oven, 180 degrees, and it's going to cook for about 40 to 45 minutes. The cake has come out of the oven. Allow it to cool completely in the tin, and this is why you add the baking paper, because it's just so much easier to take out of the tin. How great does this cake look? I probably should have a taste of this, so I'm just going to cut it into just perfect squares, and I want to show you how beautiful it looks in the center. So I'll cut a little square off. I always like the corner bit because you get that extra crunch. Look at that, see how soft that cake is and all of that fruit just sitting on the top there. All that's missing is a cup of tea, I think. Almonds, peaches, pears, it's the perfect combo.